episode of this chopped patrol build. Let's have a listen to how healthy this TB42 is, shall we? Okay, so I think we get the gist. It sounds like a quick, fast supercar. Anyway, today I'm just doing a couple of smaller things to make it run a bit better for now until we do the engine conversion. Check out these goodies from my gal pal Caitlin over at Cool Drive. Oh wait, what's this all about?
Breaking news. The unidentified flying object that's been seen flying around the Sunshine Coast and North Brisbane is just another patrol owner. It's been confirmed she is just collecting parts to fix yet another broken rust bucket.
Well, that makes me feel personally victimised. Oh, come on, patrol owner power? Is that really even a thing? Look, cruiser drivers, don't even bother commenting. I don't even want to hear it. Alrighty, so as you can see, I'm straight into it, no messing around. So, today we are changing the spark plugs, the spark leads, and the distributor cap, as it doesn't like to start or idle normally, as you heard before. I know that we are changing the motor eventually, but just for now we're keeping it a TB42, so if we can make it run a little bit smoother just for now, then may as well before it gets too busy with the rest of the build. So if anyone's wanting to do this or need to do this anytime soon, I strongly recommend do not do it on a day where it is 100% humidity and about to have an afternoon storm, because as you can see in the colour of my face, it is bloody hot today. I do have my fuel in the background. As you can see it, my body is made up of approximately 85% Red Bull. So please don't come at me for how bad it is. I just like the taste of it. It stops me doing anything really nasty to anybody, keeps me happy. Anyway, how good is it being small and being able to lay in the engine bay like that? It's absolutely great. And I really wish that I could work this fast in real life. Anyway, so here I am taking these Madoovy things off the head. Yeah, look, that was actually cracked, like most of the car, not gonna lie. It was a real pain in the ass. It was really dirty. Didn't really like doing it, but I knew I had to. So here I go, taking off the leads from each individual spark plug, undoing the spark plug. Nobody come at me for not having the actual attachment for a spark plug. I just used a socket. Most of these were actually corroded and I had to take them off individually before I could even get to the spark plug. Anyway, so here I am, as you can see, just working fast as, because this is just what mechanics do, right? And, had to do a quick fill up with my fuel. Here I am still going on number 2. Look, this took a long time. I think it all up took me about 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours to do it all. So again, just undoing more stuff, which that was also split. Just another thing to add to the have to buy list. I'm sure other patrol drivers will definitely be able to agree with me on this. It's like once you start doing one thing, it's just never ending. And I think that's why we're always broke, because we're always fixing stuff. And when we fix stuff, we find more stuff to fix. So while we're sitting here watching me take all the spark plugs out and replace them, I'd like to know a little bit more about these TB42s. Like, I don't really know hardly anything about them, if there's any pros and cons. I've kind of just read a lot of cons, to be honest. But if there's anything that I should watch out for just for a little while, drop a comment below, let me know about them. I don't really know too many people that run them, to be honest, because I'm guessing they're just a bucket of, I don't know if I'm allowed to swear on YouTube, but you know what I'm saying. Anyway, so it's starting to get to the interesting part now. This one.
Emotional damage!
Wow, would you just look at that? Oh my. just looks absolutely delicious. So this one was a little bit of a pain in the bum to get out, to be honest. It kind of started to thread and I could feel it, so then I had to tighten it up a little bit and move it around. Tried to remove it again and it just didn't feel right, so I had to use my hand a little bit to try and get it out because I didn't want it to thread. So I've never actually done this before and I didn't know if it would damage anything. Anyway, we got there in the end. Tried to put it back in nicely. It took a couple of goes, but anyway, it's all just a learning curve. As I said, never done this before. Just kind of replaced the bits that I had. Now, onto the Dizzy Cap. Here we go. Ooh, nice fresh bolts. It's probably the nicest thing that's on this car at the moment. Anyway, so yep, just replacing it. Nothing fancy, nothing exciting, to be honest. Trying to do a voiceover for this is just, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, let's just connect a cleaner for that one. Now, just redoing all of the spark plug leads. So I don't know if anyone's done this before, but it's actually by numbers, so 1 through till 6. So here I am just trying to make it neat, and of course all the little plastic brackets have broken. Yay!
Emotional damage.
What a surprise. Just a huge split in it. Yes, I am replacing it because I will eventually get a new one, but I knew that I would be starting it again just to make sure that it was running, so it's just staying on. So please, again, don't come at me in the comments. Like, it will be replaced, and it's not like I'm driving it every day. It's just to move it around. Anyway, so now I'm just trying to get them all nice and neat, away from any heat. I did, of course, use zip ties because a lot of patrols are held together with zip ties, hopes and dreams. Alrighty, so now that that is all done, I'm just trying to put it all back together. This thing is absolutely hideous. It does have a lot of electrical tape holding it together. Not zip ties, but anyway, close enough. So, yep, just putting it all back together. I did take this off just to make it a little bit easier to put the Dizzy Cap on. I did lose a little bit of water out of it, but that's fine. Anyway, doing it up. Oh, look at my hands. They're so clean. So fresh and so clean. My face looks so red. Like, the storm was literally, it started thundering at this point. It was so hot and humid. Anyway, so yeah, changing the air filter now. So I am doing like a little bit of a service, like a half service. So I did the air filter and the fuel filter. I do have other stuff there, but I just didn't have oil at that time. So I'll be doing like the oil filter and oil change sometime soon. So yeah, I decided to do the fuel filter now because I wasn't sure if that was why it wasn't idling or starting properly either. But anyway, so I'm just undoing this because it was kind of in a weird spot. I couldn't quite get my hands in there to undo it. So just made sense to just move that over a little bit. Anyway, sorry, my filming is absolutely on point here. You can't really see what I'm doing, but I am undoing it. Trust me, I will get a lot better at this. Just look, it's like my first actual video, guys. Anyway, can we just take a moment for the shirt? Do we love the design? I don't know if it's just me being a mum, but the shirt's actually called Mama on Vacay, and that's literally what I look like whenever we go on vacation, because I thought that it was meant to be relaxing, but with kids, somehow it isn't really relaxing. Maybe when they're a bit older, but not at the age my kids are. It's just non-stop, both of them. Go, go, go. Anyways, so the fuel filter has been changed. I'm just doing this up now. Do it up nice and tight. Now we are filling up the radiator because, yeah, when I took it off, I lost a little bit. Just checking it, and it is all good to go. I'm just checking and topping up the clutch fluid here. Now let's have a listen to see if anything has changed. So as you can hear, it is definitely more responsive and it doesn't cut out, which is awesome. Pretty stoked with myself. I am now a qualified mechanic. Just kidding. Anyway, just degreasing everything because, yeah, as you've seen before, it was pretty gross. So one more thing I feel like is just an unwritten code that must be done whenever you take the grill off a Patrol is to paint it black. I don't know why. I just see everyone do it. I've always done it. So may as well just keep the tradition going. So yeah, degreased everything, spray painted it all. Shout out to the Mamas on Vacay tee. It is available on our website. There's different designs, men's, women's, crops. Alrighty, now on to some fresh headlights. So these are just the 7-inch Halo eBay special, just something that is nice and easy to put in and install. So just using the original brackets. They were pretty rusty, but I managed to get the Allen key in there to get them out, put these freshies in there. The wiring on these are just plug and play pretty much. I didn't finish wiring them up properly as I had to put it on the ignition, like on something that's the ignition. So as you can see in the background, it started pouring down. It was pretty bad. The humidity was still there. It was pretty gross. There was just wind now, which made it quite bearable. But yeah, just trying to line these up was a bit of a pain, but we did get there. So much cable, which is probably a good thing. It's better having more than not enough. Just figuring out where to run it. This engine bay is just an absolute, there's so much wiring everywhere. It's like they've just put stuff and then just like left it, not even tried to make it a little bit tidy. So that is just one more thing to add to the list of things to do. So I'm just finishing up here, putting all the wires away. And onto the grill. So this has so much Raptor lining overspray. It's absolutely horrible. Do not recommend to anybody. You couldn't really see it, but you could definitely feel it. But how much better does that front look, even just with a little bit of spray paint and fresh lights? And I'm starting to look a little bit worn out. Oh, there you go. Back on the Red Bull. She's hit that NOS button. Look at me go. I'm so glad I got that little bit of a kick to get rid of the rest of the Raptor lining on this grill. So, back out with the good old faithful black spray paint. Every four-wheel driver's best friend. So, just, trying to get all the little bits out. I did only sand it with 320 grit. There wasn't really too many scratch marks, so it didn't really bother me. And again, this is just temporary. I've got a couple of ideas that I want to try with the grill, so I'm just doing this just for now. I might stick with the plain black, not 100% sure. Anyway, again, with my Super Patrol owner power, the grill is on. Don't ask me what it's held together with because it is definitely zip ties. Anyway, testing looks mint. How much better does that look? Honestly. So crazy what just headlights and a fresh grill can do to a car. Don't mind the rest of it. Just the front is good. Anywho, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys learned something. I definitely did. Don't do any sort of car work when there's a storm rolling in. Anyway, stay safe, guys.
Win a set of rock lights. Subscribe to this channel and then jump over to our Instagram to enter. Good luck, guys and gals. See you next week for another build episode.